Welcome to Future Investor Stock Market Show. Today I am going to talk about Sampath Bank. Sampath Bank's annual reports has been released now. Let's analyze this year performance. Financial highlights. The bank's total assets have been increased by 5% from rupees 914 billion to 962 billion, and total operating income have been increased by 3% from 53 billion to 55 billion, and total taxes paid to the government have been increased by 54% from 12 billion to 19 billion. Have you here you can see the year for previous year comparison. There are two parts named bank and group. I select the bank category. The gross income of the bank has been increased by 3.1% from 115 billion to 118 billion. Total operating income has been increased by 2.7% from 53 billion to 55 billion. But the operating expenses have been increased by 7.9% from 30 billion to 32 billion. This is due to bank's higher personal expenses triggered by annual salary increments and general price hikes. However, the operating profit has been decreased by 4.2% from 23 billion to 22 billion. Then the taxes on the financial services have been increased by 3.8% from 4.8 billion to 6.7 billion. Due to increased debt repayment levy, the profit before tax declined by 15.5% from 18 to 15 billion. However, income tax expenses decreased by 30% from 6 billion to 4 billion. Finally, the profit for the year stood at 11 billion this year, 8.2% decreased compared to 12 billion previous year. Okay, let's go to the second chapter. The bank's total equity have been increased by 24.4% from 84 billion to 105 billion. Total liabilities have been increased by 3.3% from 829 billion to 857 billion, and total assets have been increased by 5.3% from 914 billion to 962 billion. Third parties about investor information. The bank net asset value has been decreased by 8.4% from 300.42 cents to 275 rupees and 27 cents. This is due to the increased number of shares by the rights issue last year. The earning per share has been decreased by 23.9% from 43 rupees and 18 cents to 32 rupees and 84 cents. This is due to above mentioned reason. Finally, the company declared a 11.75 dividend, which is 27.7 decreased compared with the previous year. But there is a significant difference. In 2018, the bank declared a 5 rupee cash dividend and 11.25 rupee scrip dividend. But this year it is a full cash dividend of 11.75. Next, focus on Sampath Bank's geographical distribution. You can go to page number 64. Sampath Bank branch network consists 229 branches. It is the third largest among private sector banks. But there were no new branches added to the network in 2019, and the bank owns 423 ATMs and 429 CDM machines. Subsidiaries. Now let's talk about the Sampath Bank subsidiaries. First, Sampath Finance PLC. Sampath Finance PLC, the company established in 2005. The company has reported a profit after tax of rupees 480 million. Next, Sampath Securities Private Limited. It is the fully owned stockbroker in subsidiary of Sampath Bank. This year, the company has reported rupees 7.7 million net profit. Next, Sampath Central Limited. The company reported a declined in tax profit 295 million, but in 2019 the company reported a profit of rupees 554 million. Next, Sampath Information Technology Solution Limited. The company has reported a post-tax profit of 51.4 million rupees this year. The statement of profit or loss. Now let's discuss about the statement of profit or loss. There is a 3.1% improvement in the gross income from 155 million to 115 million to 118 billion. The net operating income remains flat 42 billion. There is a 5.5 improvement in the total operating expenses from 19 billion in 2018 to 20 billion in 2019. This is due to increased personnel expenses and depreciation and amortization, so that the operation profit has declined by 42% from 23 billion to 22 billion. Then the profit before income tax declined by 55% from 18 billion to 15 billion, mainly due to increased debt repayment levy. Finally, the profit after tax reported 11 billion, decreased by 8.2%. Very important page, 10 years at a glance. 10 years at a glance, there are important information. I will focus some. In the first segment, profit after tax in 2010 3 billion and in 2019 11 billion. Profit after tax has improved year on year. Next, total assets. In 2010, total assets stood at 191 billion, but 2019 total assets stand at 962 billion. In 2010, dividend paid 1.2 billion, and in 2019 it is 4.4 billion. So there are many information you can find out. Then I'm going and this video. Then if you still haven't subscribed my channel, you can subscribe now and click the bell icon. Then you can watch as my videos as soon as I upload it here.